also know nothing about American history, right? Because I'm Canadian, so I learned nothing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take the citizen test.
Yeah,
like,
eventually.
I'm a citizen and like I don't have to know all that stuff.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like how is that like proving that
you're gonna be a good possible citizen?
That's so crazy.
I could like be here to like traffic drugs and like I could still ace the test and they'll be like, welcome, and I am.
New career.
New career.
Hey campers, welcome back to another episode of Gay and Afraid with me, your host, Eric Sedeño, or better known as Rico Taquito. This is the podcast where we are putting the camp back in camping. Today we're talking with one of my favorite content creators of all time. She's the queen of DIY, host of one of my favorite game shows, lover of cookies. She is the moment. Please welcome LaurDIY.
Button.
I'm like, you look so stunning.
Oh my god, thank you so much. So do you.
Like,
What blush are you using right now? It's so good.
So I don't know because there was a makeup artist earlier, but I have my favorite blush in my bag and I can show you after.
Okay, I can't wait. It's great. The blush is so good.
Thank you. I'm just like really excited and I'm just like really like, blushing to see you and like you look so beautiful. Okay, can I ask you, do you miss being blonde? Like full blonde?
Like
because you were blonde for a long time.
I was blonde for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of against going back brunette. I think it's because every single person I've ever dated has been like, I just like really love brunettes. And so I was like, everyone, I want to be blonde. And then, now here I am. Honestly, the upkeep is just like so, I mean, you've had different hair eras as well too. Like being anything but your natural color is so much work sometimes.
And like also blonde is like, it gets so brassy. Yours always looked so good. Yours never got brassy.
Oh, girl, no.
It was all edited.
No, I stayed purple shampooing.
Oh yeah.
I stayed purple shampooing.
But the dark, it suits you. You look so beautiful.
I like that. I feel like I'm in my wife era.
Okay. Okay, wife era coming in hot. Yeah. This is engaged Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like in life right now?
I just turned 30. So I'm feeling.
Where's my button? Woo!
Oh my god. What are the other button sounds?
Okay, that one's gay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and this one is boo. And this one's just cunt. Yes.
Amazing. I'm going to say it again. Hit those two. Just turned 30.
Cunt and boo.
Ooh.
No, I feel like life is supposed to get so much better after you turn 30.
Everyone says that.
Yeah. Do you feel it?
I had a few gray hairs sprout at like kind of the exact time that I turned 30, and I was like, ooh, I'm emotionally not well.
I have a block of gray hairs in
I
my
have
head.
a block. It's like in one spot.
Yeah, they're just like building their nest up there.
Yes.
And I'm like,
hello.
How do I evict?
I had to evict right now.
It's really, I'm also like, it's so much better to have gray hairs than be bald.
100%. I'd rather have a hair there than no hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have so much hair.
Oh, it's because half of this is sewn to my head.
Okay,
currently.
I was going to ask.
There is no chance.
I had this guest on yesterday. Her name's Dahlia, and her hair was this, like all the way down her ass, all her hair.
Real? All real?
Real. I was like, girl, that's a wig.
What did she do to deserve that?
When I sneak into her house tonight and cut it off to make a wig.
So sorry.
Sorry, I needed it for the show. Like, I don't know. But I'm so happy you're here.
I'm so excited.
I feel like you're like an internet hero for a lot of people.
Yes. That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said. And also that was the nicest way to say that, because some people will be like, oh my God, like you've been doing this for so long, and they make you feel like an antique fossil.
Oh no.
And that was the nicest way anyone's ever said that.
You're like an internet hero to a lot of people.
That
like
is so nice.
Feel that for you. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like you feel like
No, I just feel tired. I feel tired and full of internet trauma.
I like your podcast. I was like, oh my God, the eel episode had me cracking up.
I can't believe that's the one you listened to. That was like such a crackhead, like 11 p.m. recording.
Well, I also like watched one that was really, really old, and I didn't realize it was really, really old.
Oh.
And like the like lighting was different, and it was
major upgrades.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Like you've really upgraded.
The evolution. I know, 100%.
Yeah, and you guys just passed 150 episodes.
150 episodes.
That's amazing.
So many episodes.
Yeah.
It feels like it went by really fast, but it also feels like it's been so long.
Oh,
all at the same
really?
time, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that like how many years? Is that like 3 years?
3.
That's a long time to have a show.
That's
And
a
like,
long, and the fact that Jeremy and I haven't killed each other yet, and like we're still together and thriving is a miracle.
no, I think it says a lot. It says a lot that you guys can like work together and like
For sure.
be together.
We definitely like went into the podcast together being like, okay, the relationship comes first. So if there's ever tension that has been stemming from like working together, like we're done. Like
That's the best way
Yeah.
to do it. Because some people will build their brand based off like having a partner, and then they're just like, well, if you're tired, too bad, you have to work. Like,
hit
you know what I mean?
record,
Yeah.
put the smile on.
And like, I feel like to some degree you have to do that anyways. Like, you have to, but
Mhm.
like, it's good your like relationship comes first. Like, that's the priority.
Totally. I think like the podcast not being either of our like main bread and butter was
Yeah.
like the biggest thing that like shifts the perspective of it being like a healthier environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And you're from Toronto. Do you miss Canada ever?
I missed a lot of elements of Canada. I think that I had so much debilitating FOMO when my career started taking off, and I felt like very big fish, small pond
Yeah.
in Toronto, and like all of my friends and my relationship at the time and my managers and everything was in LA, and so I had a lot of FOMO. But obviously, I miss my family. I miss like the just general small town like niceties of like I know you're from the South, and so like
I'm from
Southern
Texas. Yeah, yeah,
hospitality.
yeah.
I think there's similarities
Okay.
in terms of like Canadian niceness.
Yeah. I went to Canada
Oh,
this
no.
January.
Okay.
I went on the coldest weekend.
I was gonna say in January. I was like, I'm so sorry.
It was my friend's birthday. He's
Okay.
a Capricorn. And so, do you know Bowman Martinez Reed
no,
on
I
TikTok?
don't think so.
Okay, I'll show you him later.
Okay.
But I went to Canada for his birthday, and I was like, oh my God, it's so cold. Like, it was
You feel like it was colder than New York?
Well, yeah, I was like, he said it was like negative 17 Celsius or something. It was like,
Oh, girl, that's nothing. That is
I was like,
Wait, where were you? Were you in Toronto?
I was in Toronto.
Oh,
It was
okay,
like
yeah.
he has like a really nice
A condo.
condo.
Yeah.
Also, this is like this is the funniest thing. He's like, I have a 2-bedroom, like come stay with me. I get to his apartment. The second bedroom doesn't have a bed. It's a storage room.
Is it a den? That's Toronto is notorious for being like 1+ den, and they're like, oh,
Okay.
you can use the den as a second bedroom, but it doesn't like have a door.
Yeah.
It has like 2.5 walls.
Well, it was like it had a door, but it didn't have a bed.
Oh.
So I was like, where am I
Let me
supposed to
just
sleep?
Roll my sleeping bag out on the couch.
Yeah, I was like, but I really liked Toronto. It was really pretty. It was really cute. He lived not too far from like that street where you go thrifting and there's all.
Oh,
these
Queen
old-
Street.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
lived
Queen
not-
West.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Queen West was in that street. Like that was so cute.
I feel like Toronto really thrives when it's not violently uncomfortable. Like, and so similar to New York, like when it's too cold and too windy or too hot and too humid, it's like
Yeah.
not a fun city because it's also such a walking city too.
Yeah.
When I brought my fiance with me for the first time, we went in like November-ish of last year. He did not have a good time, and I couldn't even defend it. I was like, I have nothing for you. I'm sorry. We went to the aquarium, and I was like, this is all I can offer you right now. I was like, because you can't walk and like bar hop or like go and
Yeah.
I couldn't defend it.
I liked it. I mean, he let me borrow his like one of his big ass coats. And so
Oh, you have to.
I was warm. I was
Yeah.
like super warm. It was just like I was shocked.
I just like don't miss the back and forth of having a super warm coat and like walking somewhere and then sweating and then
And
you're
then-
outside and then you're freezing and then you're sweating
Yeah.
again and
Well, that's
I
why you're in
don't miss
LA.
it. And that's why I'm here. And that is why I am here and staying here.
Yeah, everyone was really sweet there.
Everyone's
it was a
nice.
very like nice place to be.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely feel like there's similarities between like Southern hospitality and
and
Canadian.
Canada. Well, Canadians are like notorious for being sweet.
Yeah.
Like it's like part of your culture.
Yeah.
Is to be nice.
it's like a positive stereotype.
And I love the A. Like, have you ever said that? Has that ever been part of your vocabulary?
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
like,
I love what you're saying. Yeah, I feel like you're saying it with like a little bit of spice.
It's like eh.
It's just like A.
It's like A.
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 It's like you're saying the letter A.
A. Yeah. Because Bowman said it twice, and he's like, "I don't say that." I'm like, "Yes, you do."
Oh no!
And-
Like, even when I go back, I like my family says it's so. I can hear the Canadian accent that I feel like everyone told me that I had when I first moved here. I hear in my family so much now when I go
Okay.
back.
Well, I hear it when you say like not really, but sometimes it beg. Like,
That's a me problem, not a Canadian problem.
okay.
Yeah, that's a me problem.
I was like, she kind of says big, but like I don't know.
No, I have a really hard time with like bagel.
Bagel.
No, wait, back.
Bagel.
It's a me problem, not a Canadian. Like, so it's not a Canadian thing. I don't want to drag the Canadians down with me on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like how you talk. Okay. I will like. Do you mind if we go into your past?
Oh
a
my
little
god,
bit?
yeah.
Okay, so you started YouTube in 2011.
Yes.
But you didn't start making money until 2013.
Probably like about that time. Yeah.
So you started super young. Like you started like very, very, like you were 18 when you started like YouTubing then? Like, do you remember your first video to pop off? Do you remember what it was or?
My first video that started getting, I mean, man, everything was just like so different then.
Yeah, you were like, I feel like you were a pioneer.
I feel like I was like the second or third era. So there was like the Hank and John Green and like the Smosh. Like that era was like the very, very first round. I feel like I was in like the second or third wave of generation of YouTubers. I feel like
well,
I was
like
the lifestyle girly.
You definitely weren't like the first ever. I'm like you know, I'm joking. But like you were definitely doing things that people weren't doing yet, which is like really cool to like when you think about it. You like kind of like a whole generation like saw you and then was like, I could also try that. And like, that's like so cool.
Yeah, it like is crazy to look back at for sure. I think also too back then because like DIY paired so well with YouTube and like the algorithm or whatever because people were searching for stuff. Like I feel like there's so many different social media platforms now to like learn how to do something. But before TikTok and Pinterest like hadn't really popped off. I don't even know when Pinterest launched. But like regardless, people were looking for the stuff that I was trying to do because I was like, oh, like I know how to shred jeans and like make them distressed.
Yeah.
And so I'd make a really shitty tutorial made on like my MacBook camera and call it a day.
Did you have like a bow era? Like where you were wearing bows?
No, I didn't have a bow era.
You had like a ponytail era?
I had like a half up, half down
Half
era.
up, half down. It was like...
I called it the sprout.
It's kind of giving Arianka, like Ariani.
Did you call her Arianka?
Yes, well, half up, half down. Yeah, like
a little bit. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember. I don't know. I think it's so cool that like I don't know. I think I've been so afraid of YouTube for so long. And like it seems so scary and like you just like kind of make it like you've just been doing it for so long, you're probably so used to it. Is that like your comfort zone right now? Or you think you're like just comfortable on social media in general?
I think long form is my comfort zone and less like comfortable just on YouTube. I think because YouTube is so crazy now, I think Mr. Beast coming and like changing the landscape makes YouTube a little more scary. And I personally have had to like really reassess like what I want to be doing on YouTube because he makes these crazy videos that have so much money behind them and have like, he's got so many employees. And so I think I go in and out of feeling like it's unapproachable and I get scared of YouTube. But I think long format is where I'm comfortable. So I think TikTok, when like that started popping off, I was like, how in the shit am I supposed to make a piece of content that is 45 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever.
I know. And it's so funny because like I'm the opposite where I'm like, how am I going to talk for 16 minutes? How am I going to get a video that's long enough to like edit into a 16-minute video?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Which is like, so it's funny that we're like kind of opposite. But you're so like you on TikTok, you are so fun. Like I feel like you exude joy, one, and two, you're like having fun. My favorite TikTok that you were in is like you were putting a sock on a dog's head. Or you were making him a helmet. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God, my friend's corgi.
Yes,
with the watermelon.
It was a watermelon.
He was a watermelon, yes.
Oh my God, when you were in that, I was like, that was one of my favorite TikToks. It made me laugh so.
That was like, but I think like those are like the best ones. You know what I mean? That are just like a fun little, like not scripted, low key. Because I feel like when I think too hard about a TikTok, I start like, it gets weird.
Oh yeah, for me, it's like if I don't get it in 3 takes, it's not happening.
Yeah, because then it gets weird.
Because then it gets weird and I'm like, oh, I'm forcing it. And you can tell I'm forcing it. And like, it's the energy in the video is off. Is that how you are with YouTube? Like you kind of film one whole long thing and then just like, you're like, okay, that's it. I'm editing. Or do you retake like everything?
Oh no, I try and say things literally once.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
But I would say not everyone is like that. I think that before, because I don't love editing, I have always tried to be like the most efficient in my filming, so it creates the least amount of editing for me later on.
Oh, cool.
So if I like stumble on a word, I might go back and retake it, but I won't do the same line 3 times in like different emphasis on different parts of the word or whatever.
Yeah.
Because then again, it'll get weird.
I bought a vlogging camera because I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I took one vlog and I was like, I look so crazy.
Where did you vlog? What did you like? Where was your first vlog?
No, because I'm like stupid and I pressed the button. So I'm like walking around and I'm holding it like this. And I'm like, there's like it was like 4 or 5 minutes of me just like looking around like
like, should I say something?
I'm like, I'm so stupid. And then I was like in a park. Like, I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like,
vlogging in public is so scary.
Yeah.
It doesn't get less scary for me personally.
No, I feel like also Daniel Prida, like he was telling me that he was vlogging in public and someone like these little kids like made fun of him.
That would scar me for life.
And he was like, I can never go back there. And I was like, that would scar me for life.
100%.
But it's also like little kids, like that would makes it even like teenagers makes it worse.
The meanest.
Meanest.
The meanest. Like if a 15-year-old roasted me, I would never be okay again.
No, because they
Ever.
can't like say anything back. Really.
No, you can't. You
Like,
can't. You really can't. I had to record something because I needed to go somewhere in public for a brand deal where the audio was going to get enhanced. So I had to go somewhere where the audio was kind of shitty.
oh,
So I
okay.
chose Dave and Buster's as like a public place to
Yeah.
go vlog. And I wanted to die the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Dave and Buster's. Did you have to have like a light on too?
No. Oh my God. If I had to have a lighter, like a ring light or something, I would perish. I would perish.
Yeah. I'm like, I've been like hired to like do things live. And I'm like, I'm like so anxious and nervous. I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm always in my room. I'm always at home alone.
Yes.
So it's like different.
100%. And like, even though vlogging and social media is like more normalized now than it ever has been, like it still is there's something so uncomfortable about it.
But you're like a host, like you've hosted on traditional media,
Mhm,
right? And like,
mhm.
do you like that? Do you feel like that's like a whole different thing that you like you come out of your shell and like do new things with, or?
It was so fun. I think it was a good blend of not being necessarily like the center spotlight talent of the
Mhm.
show, but just being able to like chat with the contestants and like move the storyline along. And also
Yeah.
half of it is teleprompter. So it's like you
Okay.
have enough structure to go off of that, like you have the base structure and then the rest of it is just like chatting. And then they cut 90% of it anyways. So you can
Yeah.
like kind of mess around and just like have fun conversations.
I feel like that sounds like a good time. Like,
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Traditional media is just like different in the sense that everything takes so long. And so like the way that we would
Yeah.
film something in like an hour takes a bajillion hours on set in
Yeah.
like traditional. So there's definitely like pros and cons. But the general like hosting position was so much fun.
Yeah. Do you like want to do more hosting like as you grow up? Yeah.
That makes you feel so youthful and
You
young.
are
Like,
youthful. 30 is like not old. I'm 27. Like we're not that far
yeah,
away.
yeah,
like,
yeah. I
my-
think like when I grew up, I thought 30 was gonna be like old.
Well, like 13 going on 30 made me feel like it was so far. Like that movie, you know what I mean?
You're so right.
30, Flirty, and Thriving.
30, flirty. Did that like give us a complex maybe, that movie a little bit?
Because like the girl was like 13.
Yeah.
And so like it was literally over half her life away. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also like, I don't know what I thought 30 looked like, but I think when you're in your 20s, like the 3 is so threatening. Like
It's the 3. It's the 3,
It's the
100%.
three. But then like my brother, he's 32 now and he has like 2 kids in a house and like a wife and like he has like such a beautiful life
Oh
and
my
like
God.
it's like he's also in Texas, so
I was gonna
like,
say, is he in Texas? Yeah, because I
yeah.
feel like the timeline is different when you're in a
a city.
yeah.
Like he's like a New York 45.
Right,
know, like,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
like-
That's in New York and LA 45.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just like different timelines,
Yeah.
like different like lifestyle
Uh-huh.
expectation. But no, I feel like 30 is such a threat. Like I feel like the scary part about being 30 is like you're supposed to like have it all together.
Mhm.
And like you do. Like you do have
No,
it
but
all.
like I stay spiraling though. You know what I mean? Like
You love a
it's
spin.
I love a spin. I love a spin.
Yeah.
But it's like somewhat together.
Yeah. Girl, please. You have your life together. Like, please, you have your life together. Like, it's like you're doing so
Oh
well.
my God, thank you.
You are people's internet hero.
Again, that is like literally the nicest thing anyone's ever said, I think.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm
So
just
nice.
speaking facts. I'm speaking the truth.
What was your first TikTok? Like what was the, because I know you had like a real job, like being an art director and
yeah.
stuff. So like when
Yeah.
you started making social media, were you like, I could do this?
Yeah. So the
What's your
short
origin
version,
story?
short version of this is like I got broken up with. I got a mullet and a mustache. I was like, I'm changing my look. Like I was like, it's a whole new me. Like I'm single now. And then I like was zooming into my job and this girl's like, you're so intimidating. And I made this video being like, I'm intimidating you guys. And it was literally, I had like 11 followers maybe. And I was like, it was all my friends. So I was like, made it for my friends to see
Okay.
kind of vibe because I was so bored at home. Like didn't have a boyfriend to talk to.
Mhm.
And my new job was kind of boring. So I
Mhm.
was just like, okay, like let me just have fun. And then that's the one that took off and it got like 150,000 likes.
Oh my God.
And like to me, that was like insane.
no,
like,
especially like on TikTok though, like that's a shit ton.
yeah, for my first video, like to
Yeah,
go viral.
that's crazy.
And people kept being like, I love him. And I was like, I've never experienced this type
I
of like,
love him.
I've never experienced this type of like attention before.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me just keep making stuff. And it just like has kind of turned into what it is. But
Oh my God, wait, I love that.
it's always just me being me. So that's like my favorite thing is like, I'm not a character. I'm not like putting on a front. It's just like me.
Pretend, yeah,
That's
exactly.
how you are, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I wasn't that like in the past because I kind of got pigeonholed into like being very family friendly,
Oh.
and it becomes a job really, really quickly when
Yeah.
you're being a character.
Yeah.
I was just talking to someone about do you remember Annie LeBlanc?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was musically like royalty.
Yeah.
She like rebranded and changed, so her, I forget what her full name is, but now she's Jules LeBlanc. I thought it was two separate people, but
really?
yeah,
I don't know her rebrand. Like,
Yeah.
should I look it up?
it's just like, well, she just like changed the name
Oh
that
my
she
God.
goes by. Well, she just like looks like a whole ass adult now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I love that for her. Because I also can't imagine being that young, being so famous on social media and like continuing to go through
No.
puberty.
Yeah. Well, like that seems so hard.
That seems
so
so hard.
I think that when I think about that, I'm like Millie Bobby Brown looks like a whole woman now,
A
and it's
whole
like so
woman.
crazy. I've like
Yes.
she'll always be 11 to me.
100
Like
and like literally 11 years old as well.
11 years old. Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy. But like I'm also like so grateful. I was like 4 years I was 4 years out of college. Or
Mhm.
no. Yeah, I was like 3 or 4 years out of college when like TikTok happened to me. And I'm like so grateful I had all that time to find myself
Yes.
and like be like a person before I like really truly loved myself before I started like social media. And I feel like if I wasn't in that mindset,
Mhm.
my life would have like it would have been really hard for me to digest and everything.
I don't know how kids grow up and end up being normal
Yeah.
with that kind of like outsider input and criticism all the time, being that young, like while your brain is literally still a pile of mush of like malleable brain.
Yeah, as like I keep joking about this with my friends. I was like, my brain just finished growing.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm
My
like,
frontal cortex
if-
is finally formed.
It's finally formed, and like I'm a whole new me, you guys. Like it's so, but like I weirdly feel like it's so true. Like I feel like, oh, this is how my brain's supposed to work now. Like
Right.
like is that a crazy thing to say?
No, I literally feel like every year I'm like, oh, another brain cell, perfect. You know, like maybe this is final form.
There's like 6 up there now. Like,
yeah, there's
they're,
like 6 in there, just like all up there, like woo.
they're having a dinner party and they're like talking to each other.
Exactly.
It's
But I feel
cute.
like every year I'm like, oh, this is like emotional maturity. Like, oh, this is
Yeah.
emotional maturity.
Yeah. What were you like as a kid? Do you mind if I?
Oh my God, yeah, I don't care. I was a rule follower. I did pretty well in school. I liked sports. I was a tomboy for sure up
You
until
were a tomboy?
hardcore tomboy.
Oh, you don't give tomboy.
Oh my God, I
at all.
played soccer and they used to give us these like black shiny shorts that go like below your
the
knee.
Yeah.
The way that I would wear those I would collect them from all the years I played soccer, and it was the only thing that I wore for probably 5 years straight.
That's so funny.
And it's unhinged.
I feel like, do you think it was like you being rebellious? You're like, I'm tomboy. Like,
no, I don't know. My parents just
like-
like let me do whatever. I was an only child, and I was just like,
Do you
this
think
is.
you have only child syndrome? You don't actually give only child at all.
No one's told me that I do, and I've only heard that I don't, but I don't know if that's a bad sign.
Well, no, like, because only children are like my way, the highway. Like, they're so used to getting what they want
Yeah.
that they're like they don't. Also, like, you have normal social cues, like, and not every
Not everyone
like.
does.
Not every like only child gets it. So
Yeah.
like I feel like that's why.
It also might be the combination of like strict Asian mom and
Yeah.
only child, because like here's a good example of the structure of my life as a child. So I got allowance when I was younger so
Mhm.
that I could like start learning like the value of money.
Yeah.
But every week I would get $5, but every other week I'd have to put it into a savings account. So it was like $5 spending. The next week was $5 savings. Next one-
Oh, okay.
And so like that was the type of structure. And like in the summer I was doing and like work math books and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like my mom was like structured. I
Okay.
played piano. I played instruments. Like
Okay.
the
Piano
structural.
is like Asian parents love to put their kids in a piano
Asian
lesson.
parents love, and like my mom is 3rd generation Japanese, so it's like we're not even like that, like, you know what I mean? So I don't
Yeah.
even know, but the Asian and Piano Association still like runs deep for some reason.
Okay, yeah. My my best friend Jen.
Yeah, who's also Hapa, right?
She's half Japanese and,
And
like
half white.
yeah,
as
half
well?
white, yeah,
me too. Okay.
she's so proud of it. Like that's all she talks about all the time. She's like, I'm half Japanese, don't forget. And I'm like, this is so funny. And she went to Japan and she was like, Eric, my Japanese is so bad. And I thought it was so funny. She was like, called me and she's like, I think it's really good, but she thinks it's bad. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know. I just think it's so. Are you like really proud of being half Japanese? Do you feel that? Do you feel like
I definitely am. I'm like excited, but I guess I've never known anything else, and I've always been like happy with myself, and so I've never like had any like resentment or anything. It's only
Oh,
ever
yeah.
been positive.
yeah, my like I just think it's so funny. Jen's my only like or no, it's not my only, but she's like my friend who she's just like screaming it from the rooftops all
Right.
the time.
I'm half Japanese.
She's like so proud of it. It's like, and her mom is like this like Japanese woman with a bob, and I eat her up every time I see her.
She's so cute. I feel like I've seen her on social media. She's so
such
cute.
a sweetheart. And like if you meet her in person, she's just like very quiet and like, yes, like very the most polite person you'll ever meet. Are you close with your family still?
Yeah, super, super close. My parents are still together. I had like a very like sheltered childhood, I feel like, which I think has pros and cons. Like once you start processing the real world, you're like, oh, well, up out here.
Yeah. No, I was also really sheltered, and like I think my parents just kept me very like safe, and
that's nice though.
And it's so like I'm lucky, and also my parents are still together, and this is really crazy. But like all my really good friends, all of our parents are still together.
Really, that's so rare.
And I was like, this is really rare, and I don't know if it like changes you if your parents go through divorce. I mean, like, I'm sure it's like hard.
Yeah.
But like, and I don't think it makes you a bad person or a worse person, but I'm like, I feel really lucky that like my parents are still together, and like all my good friends, like their parents are all still together.
Yeah.
Even my boyfriend, his parents are still together, and I'm like,
oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I don't know if it's like some energy I feel, or
right,
like
that you're attracting all of these together families.
Yeah. Do you mind if we go into like, I want to talk about your engagement. I want to move into like the present. So like, are you?
I'm sorry, you don't want to talk about my soccer shorts sports era,
No,
my fashion era.
That was your fashion era. You were ahead of the game. Those are like back in style.
It was awful. Looking back, I like am so happy that my parents like didn't interfere and just like let me live my true life. But also I'm like, hello, like 5 years of this, mom.
You were just like, you were doing you.
I was doing me.
But that's honestly good. I feel like my mom, like, I wanted to be emo so bad.
Oh.
I wanted to go to Hot Topic and get the studded belt.
I had my emo phase too.
And my mom didn't let me have it.
See, like in one way she did you a favor because now you have no emo photos.
I needed that bang.
But I
needed that bang.
You
so
have
bad.
gray hair. You could have had such a good emo.
I could have been so emo.
You could have been a Tumblr icon.
That could have been my moment.
That could have been your moment.
But she stopped me. And honestly, I am grateful because like I don't need to be like.
Yeah.
But I just really liked my, what is it? Teenage Chemical Romance? Is that what?
My Chemical Romance?
My Chemical Romance. No, sorry, I was thinking. Sorry. My Chemical Romance and then Teenagers Scare the Shit Out of Me is what it was in my head. Sorry. Teenagers Scare the Shit Out of Me.
Oh, yeah, that's a line.
Yeah.
A lyric.
It's just Teenagers is the song. But Teenagers Scare the Shit Out of Me.
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
Sorry, I was all jumbled, but I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm a true emo through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like
no, I feel like I loved I still listen to so much emo music all the time by myself.
Really?
And I gauged my ears, but my mom only let me go up to a size that would go back to normal.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, which also I'm thankful for.
Because like once you get real big,
you have to like get them sewn up.
Like sewn up.
Yeah, and they look like cat assholes.
Don't they stink?
Mine didn't because I did it like in a
like
healthy, normal way.
Once they get like this big, it's like bad.
Maybe. I don't know. I never dated like a super emo guy.
Yeah. Were you emo?
I fell more into the scene category.
Okay.
But like the teased hair, the screamo music, I would like go to shows, my little like lace shirt and my like studded belt.
Bring that era back for the wedding.
Oh my god. Oh, for sure there'll be some songs.
Oh yeah. Do you like what Paramore is like?
I like Paramore. Yeah, I like Paramore.
What's your favorite like emo band?
My favorite emo band is probably Mayday Parade.
Oh, okay. I'm like, am I out of touch? like
over here like yeah, Mayday Parade's my favorite one, but
oh my god, see, I'm a fake emo.
That's okay.
I was gay. So I was in
that's okay.
I was back then. Yes. Where's the button? Round of applause. No, but I would think like I wanted to be emo, and then I got really into like pop music.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I shifted into Gaga. I shifted into Britney.
Right. It could have gone one of two ways. And you chose.
I chose gay. It was a decision I made a few years ago. I'm really happy.
I'm so glad, and I don't regret it.
So glad I chose to be gay. But I do want to talk about your wedding and your fiance, Jeremy, who you have a podcast with, Wild to Nine.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. You're like, you guys have been doing 150 episodes. And I love that you guys have such a healthy relationship. And like, I love your banter. It's really sweet. It's really nice. It's like, are you like, how long have you guys been together now? It's like,
oh my god, it'll be like 5 years.
That's a long time.
That's my longest relationship for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna keep going. So
yeah. If all goes well.
Yeah, and how did you guys meet exactly?
We met through work. So we met originally through work, but we were both in different relationships at the time when we met through work. And were you online during like the roast yourself era of like the roast yourself parody like rap songs?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I did one of those and it's awful.
Is it still on the internet? Can I go look it up?
Yes!
You were like,
I wanted to say no, but
yeah,
one quick Google and you'll find it. But anyway, so like when
Yeah.
people would do these like parody music songs, like we would upload them onto like literally Spotify, which is so mortifying.
That is so good.
But at the time, he worked at a music distribution company
okay.
and had partnered with some of the management companies, and so like that's how we got connected, both in separate relationships at the time.
Okay.
And then when I was single and ready to like start dating again, and I like downloaded the apps. I really wanted to like go on people that I had like at least a mutual friend with to like just like ease myself back into being single again.
Yeah.
And he ended up seeing me on Raya. And I
Okay.
feel like people don't really message that much on Raya. So or like at the time anyways. And he messaged me on Instagram. I missed it on Instagram. I saw him on Hinge and messaged him on Hinge.
Okay.
Literally 40 apps.
So like misconnections.
Literally misconnections and 3 apps later. And the worst part is that like we already had each other's numbers and emails, but I feel like in a work capacity, you can't use that for personal.
Yeah.
So we had to go the millennial route.
But that's good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
That's really nice.
It was good.
And also I had a boyfriend from Hinge too.
Really?
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out. That's okay.
But I liked Hinge in terms of like the way the platform is set up. Like
Yeah.
you like build a character of yourself and you're like, this is me.
Yeah, exactly. I think like Hinge also like took the most effort, so it had like the highest quality profiles.
Yeah, like you had to answer questions and have 6 photos and have all your information in that block of like, I haven't been on in a while.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah. I know. I know things have like changed a lot. Like I see TikToks now of people how they like upload their little like voice memos and stuff now on their dating profile, and I'm like, oh, this is terrifying.
Yeah. Okay. I already know how you got proposed to because I watched the TikTok and like I watched the videos and like how you're like, is he gonna propose? Like the whole TikTok. Like, can you explain to like the listeners like how it went? I just like, oh, it's so beautiful. It was like so gorgeous.
He did a great job. I think like even outside of the actual proposal itself being absolutely stunning, like knowing that so much thought and planning and like coordination goes into it is like so meaningful.
Yeah.
But he essentially just like disguised a little Christmas getaway weekend as what would be the proposal weekend. We were both flying in our families for Christmas for the first time last year. So we were just like, okay, there's gonna be like so much going on. So like let's just do like a little getaway for like a Christmas present to ourselves before like family Christmas chaos ensues. Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, oh, like the vibe like could be, because we had gone ring shopping in the spring. So I kind of anticipated like at some point in the next year, like it'll probably happen, but like I don't know, like not sure, whatever. One of like the key moments where I was like, oh, maybe like this has potential is that my nail girl rescheduled our appointment from the day that we would get back from the trip to the day before the trip. And I just feel like if any of my friends know me, they would be like, oh, she doesn't want busted nails. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't want busted nails for this.
Oh my God. Because that's so important for all the photos.
Yeah.
For all the
and
pictures.
Like, for, you know what? It's like, it's not that important for some people, but for me, it's like something that I like care about.
Oh my God. No, I like my friend Margot. She's like, if I have grow out when I get, she's about to get proposed to. We all know.
Right. So she's going like, every week and a half.
Yeah. And she's like, she literally knows, like, she's like, if I have grow out during my proposal, I'm not gonna say yes.
Yeah, no, like a lot of girls have that mentality, and obviously, like, I know most of them are kidding, and like they would say yes.
Of course, they would say
yes.
But
like, it's one of those things where I was like, okay, this is a moment where like I could have Christmas reindeers on my nails. Like, this is not the picture that I want to remember.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that's so cute. And then, sorry, keep going. He like,
yeah. So first night we just like stayed in. So he had just like rented this really cute.
Was it in Malibu?
Malibu. Yeah. A spot that had access to a private, not like a private beach because there's no such thing as private beaches in California.
It had like a stairway to the beach.
A really quiet beach.
Yeah.
And so first night we just had like a chill night in and like cooked and like watched movies or whatever. And then second day, he was like, oh, like part of your presents, we're doing like a beachside little picnic. He's not a guy who picnics. Okay. He's not a lady who lunches. Yeah. And so like that really was like a super exciting gift to me. Even I was like, okay, if it doesn't happen, like this is still really nice that he's like putting in the effort to like put together and like plan this cute little picnic or whatever. Yeah. So we're getting just like ready for this little sunset picnic, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna like take photos, because he also is like not a big photo taker, so
Mhm.
that would have been like part of like the Christmas gift is taking photos,
Yeah.
beachside picnic, like doing all like the things I love.
Mhm.
And even when we started walking and like descending down like these, there was literally so many fucking stairs, like 120 stairs or something crazy to get to the beach. I saw like this massive bed of rose petals. Even
It was beautiful.
he
Like,
did such a good job.
it was beautiful.
He like had a vision and hired the right people to like execute and did such a great job. But
yeah.
even walking down and seeing it, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Like someone's getting engaged. Like
Yeah.
that's so nice. I was like,
It wasn't even like
I was
it's-
like, oh, you
yeah.
idiot. And then
Yeah.
we get down and I was like, and he was like, oh, like it's not a picnic. I was like, it's not a picnic.
Oh my god.
And then I was like, but you better suck those tears back in your face. You will not have tears running down your face for these photos and ruining your makeup. You suck those tears back in.
That is so funny. That I'm like, ugh, that it was just like so stunning. And like I just like the pictures are beautiful. Like
Yeah.
he did a really good job.
He did such a good job. He literally executed like he did such a great job. Such
Were
a
you
great job.
did you like know when did you like know? Can I ask like that you wanted to marry him? Like did you have like a moment, or did you just kind of it just like we're like, you know what, this is it?
To be honest, I don't even know if there was like a single moment where I was like, yes, this is the one that I want to
Yeah.
keep forever. Because I also feel like relationships, go through ups and downs and stuff. So like
Yeah.
maybe at the 1.5 year mark, I was like, yes, this is the one. And then at 2 years, I was like, you're a little annoying today. And then 2 years and 1 day, you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's so cute. I mean, I like really like y'all's relationship. It seems really like wholesome and sweet.
That's
and
so
like
nice.
yeah,
How long have you and your boyfriend been together?
2 years now.
Oh my God.
So it's like a long 2 years of being real boyfriends, and like not 2.5. Oh, I guess we're getting close to 2.5 of like knowing each other
Yeah.
and like seeing each other, which is like so long.
That is long.
It's like a really long time.
How did you guys meet?
At a party through mutual friends.
Wait, that's so great though.
And he's not a social media. He doesn't have a picture of himself on social media. Like
Isn't that kind of nice though?
it's my dream.
Yeah.
Like I manifested him. Like
Yes.
he doesn't want me, like even like he doesn't really want me to post him, and I'll ask him permission and he'll
Yeah.
say yes, and he'll be like, actually I changed my mind, and I'm like, okay, I'll delete it. But like
Yeah.
I prefer that over like
Being a whore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Over like he doesn't want anything from me.
Yeah, exactly. And you
like-
never have to like question the authenticity of like
Yeah.
or, you know what I mean? Like the intention behind something when you're dating someone who is like, you're not sure.
And he's never even made not even one half rude comment about my social media or anything.
That's so nice.
Like
Like
that
he gets it.
the support is just so like
Uh,
it's so meaningful. Like
uh,
and I feel like he's made a joke that I would like. He's made jokes about it, but like jokes that like are funny to both of us,
Yeah.
not like in any way mean spirited.
right. Like you're not the butt of the joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I just like don't think I'll ever find someone like that ever again. You know what I mean? Like I just like I really love him. So I was like, it's so nice to like I guess because you have someone who was in the industry, like gets it.
Yeah.
He like got what you were going
Yeah.
through. Like
He was like the same kind of thing. Like I feel like I manifested like the perfect balance of him not wanting to be an influencer, because like realistically we probably won't do the podcast forever. It was more
Mhm.
just like it happened during COVID, where it was a great project that we already had cameras and so much audio stuff, and we're like, let's like do this for fun.
Yeah.
And it ended up being decently successful, but like he has real jobs and like has no interest in being. He posts on Instagram maybe twice a year, and it's typically like
Picture you.
a picture. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he
That's
just
so
like
sweet.
has no interest in being in the spotlight, which is exactly what I want, because I'm not that like I also want to be in the spotlight, but like I don't ever want to
Fight for the
yeah.
Well, I always think there's like the star of the show, and then there's like the person with the light. Like and like in a relationship, I think it's a rock and a balloon. Like
Wait, this is so interesting.
so like I'm a balloon, I'm like flailing in the wind. Like and then he like holds me down. Like
This
he
is
fucking
Gemini
holds
too, for
he like
sure.
holds me down.
Yeah.
And like I really feel like if you're both balloons, it's not gonna work out. You're just like
If
flailing.
you're just flailing and sucking
Yeah.
into shit and one's popping
And
and
if you're two rocks, like what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
It's like boring. you know?
yeah.
So I really feel like those are the best balances in a
Wait,
relationship.
I love that. I am 100% the balloon.
balloon?
Yes.
I knew you were a
100%.
balloon.
Yeah, I'm such a balloon.
Do you already know what your wedding's gonna like look like? Do you have like a vision?
We actually have our next wedding planning meeting literally tomorrow to like talk
Oh,
about creative and stuff. But
Ooh,
like
yay.
I'm not a girly that ever had a Pinterest board of exactly what my wedding was gonna look like.
Yeah.
But we found a venue that we love that like is outdoor and like very like pretty sunset, and like what's the name of that California flower that there's a shit ton of? They're bright pink bougainvilleas.
Oh, girl.
Bougainvilleas?
We gotta ask.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Bougainvilleas?
Are they like everywhere?
They're everywhere. They're like
all over the whole like the outside.
they're like,
it's like beautiful.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's like just like a stunning like it's giving Italy without having to spend the ticket to
like the money.
go to Italy. Bougainvillea.
Bougainvilleas.
Bougainvillea. I'm sure that I'm saying that
You
wrong.
and your bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea.
Your bougainvillea.
Yeah.
Your bougainvillea era. Like,
exactly. But yeah, so it's gonna be like really pretty and outdoors and like pretty intimate. We both have like relatively small families, so we're able to like keep the wedding under 100. Everyone always says that like 100 is kind of the magic number of like being able to say hi to like and have a meaningful conversation with everyone at the wedding without feeling like you're just drowning in introductions and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like Texas weddings are big. Have you been to some big Texas weddings?
I don't go to a lot of weddings.
Oh.
But my brother's wedding was, I think it was like 150, maybe 100 people. Like,
okay.
It was good.
Yeah, that's a great size.
It was not too big. It was like, so weddings are fun.
Weddings are so fun.
Yeah.
As long as like you love the couple and the couple is like not gonna end up like killing each other by the end of the night. You know what I mean? Like weddings are typically like such a good time.
Yeah. I feel like, are you excited to be a wife? Do you feel like wifed up already?
I like don't feel like anything's gonna change, I guess. Aside from like getting immigration status.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Are you so excited? Like I know that's like a plus to the marriage, but like
exactly.
are you like so excited that like that chapter, because you've had a hard time getting like
it's just like it's an ongoing battle when you do like the work visa route, and like I don't have any issues like getting approved. It's just like the reapplying every couple of years you have to do, where it'll be nice to just like apply once and then hopefully obviously get approved and then get to stay approved, which is nice.
Because you've lived in America for like a long time, or like
8 or 9 years, and so like not being able to vote in either country sucks.
That does suck.
And like I employ Americans and like I stimulate the American economy, so I'm like, please just like give me a say.
That is really wild.
I can't win the lottery here.
Oh,
like there's so much stuff you can't.
You've won the lottery in many other ways.
That's so nice. You are a balloon. You are a balloon just flailing.
I'm such a balloon.
I love it.
I literally I'm just like floating in the wind. Like I don't really know.
I'm literally a plastic bag floating in the wind.
Okay, Katie cat over here. So are you gonna have any DIY components to your wedding?
Okay, I'm
so it's like I'm waiting for the no. I'm like no.
I'm torn. I've done a handful of like wedding related DIYs to like just get in the spirit, because I know obviously like DIY bride is such a massive community as well too. So like I love being able to like create for other aesthetics, but like since I don't know what my wedding's gonna look like yet, I haven't committed to anything DIY. I'm also just like I'm such a perfectionist that I'm nervous that if I take on DIY projects for my own wedding, I'm gonna be thinking about like the perfectionism behind whatever like the couple things that I do try and make. So I've been spending a lot of my time just like actually doing like the DIY projects to like share for other people. And so we'll see. So TBD.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be something.
There'll be something that you
There'll be something. Yeah.
I just feel like you deserve a day where you just like don't have to worry about anything.
That's also what I kind of feel like. I'm also like, it would be really nice to like not have to think about like the stability of the floral trestle that I've built. You know what I mean? Like it feels really nice to like just leave it to the professionals for the day.
Yeah. And like you could just be like the princess of the day. Like,
yeah. Well, also like there's so much crazy shit. Like the last wedding planning meeting we had, you go through like a minute by minute play of like run of show of what the day is, and like that just starts at 9 a.m. and goes till midnight. Like there's so much to think about that you're thinking about.
Yeah. And like I feel like it should be as seamless as it can for you. And also like I feel like the hard part is getting to when the reception, like not that the hard part, but like it's like so scheduled out, and then you're at the reception, you can finally have fun.
Yeah.
That'll be like so nice.
Even like outside of that though, I'm like, okay, is like the food being served in like the right intervals of time? Like when does the cake go out? When do you do like your father-daughter dance? Like when are you supposed to like do speeches and shit like that? Like there's still so much that goes into it that like I don't think I realized how granular the scheduling can get, that I'm like, oh my God, I want to like take the most off of my plate that I possibly can.
Have you found the dress yet? Have you found?
Mhm.
Okay, because I saw that video where like it was like blurred out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like,
Mhm.
so that's so
I
exciting.
know. That's like I still have 2 dresses.
Okay.
One for the reception and one for the ceremony. And that's like one thing that's like checked off the list.
That is so nice. I feel like that's the scariest part. Is
I
like,
know.
and then you just have to get your hair done and your makeup done.
And then you can just go be a little balloon in the wedding.
You're gonna be such a beautiful bride. I could see it already.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited.
excited.
It's gonna be so beautiful.
I'm
Okay,
so excited.
moving off of the wedding just for a little bit.
Okay.
So you're a huge crumble cookie person.
I can't believe this is like on my cue card for my brand.
You love crumble cookies.
I am a hoe for a crumble cookie.
Okay, I've never had one.
Stop
I'm
it.
so sorry. I've never.
Right. You already know when you show up for the podcast tonight, you'll have your selection. This
Okay.
week's flavors are honestly
really
fire.
good?
Yeah.
I went into a store and they offered me a free one and I said no because I was so full and it was I really regret it.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I was like,
We'll have buffet tonight.
okay, I'm so excited. They look decadent.
They
look
crazy. I almost feel like it's more of like a cupcake than it is a cookie. Or like if a cupcake and a cookie
Yeah.
had like a baby,
because they're like this. Thick.
they're thick.
They're like plump.
They're plump. They are plump.
Do you have a favorite flavor? Like a favorite one?
Honestly, like their business model is so good because the flavors change every single week.
Yeah, that's true.
And because I'm an
always
addict,
exciting.
I'm like, ooh, I'm literally Monday morning because like they close for Sunday, Day of the Mormon Lord. And you're like, Monday, I'm like, ooh, like what's on the menu this week?
Yeah, that's so. Like I really need to get into them. They kind of scare me because I feel like I'm gonna be like hooked.
We're gonna have buffet tonight.
Yay! Oh my God. Oh, also, I'm gonna be on Wild tonight. Oh, okay. So 150 episodes. Do you have like a favorite episode of your podcast?
Oh my God.
That's a really hard question.
I know.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't listened, it is a really good podcast. There's a reason there's 150 episodes.
I don't know what my favorite episode is. It's so hard because like sometimes you have like guests always like bring different energies, which is always so much fun.
Yeah.
But then I also love just like the episodes where Jeremy and I are just like hanging out and chatting,
Yeah.
and like even like the episode where we like recap the proposal and like you get to hear all like the behind the scenes of like Jeremy's side. Like I loved that episode. And then there's also like some crackhead episodes that are like filmed really late when like our tech has gone wrong for so long and we're so
Oh,
delirious that
like,
are like a little
Your
unhinged.
eel episode was like
That's what I'm saying. That was
it was-
an unhinged episode.
It was like a little haywire, but like not like haywire like it was like going wrong. It was like so funny.
It was just like unhinged.
And then also Jeremy discovering like he was like, what the
Yeah.
is this eel TikTok? It was so funny.
He was so against TikTok for so long.
Really?
Literally so long. And he would send me all this shit off Instagram that's like weeks old. And I'm
Yeah.
like, get on TikTok. I don't want to see your old ash recycled TikToks on Instagram. I don't want to see it. And he was like, he like didn't understand that the algorithm would eventually give him literally what he wants to see.
Yeah.
And so now he's hooked. But it
Because
took
you have
forever.
to like dig through and then like your stuff and like
You have
watch
to
this-
like just use it for like a week and then
And
it's
then-
better.
and then it gets better. My thing is like the algorithm changes I think every week or two for me.
Really? Okay, so what talk are you on right now?
So like right now I was like, okay, I was in Victoria, Paris in Europe TikTok.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. She was like in Europe and like I was getting every single video.
Oh my
like,
God.
Which is Victoria Paris, love you girl. I had to start scrolling because I was like getting really jealous.
The FOMO is real.
I was like, please, I need to be in Europe now. But like I'm like, okay. I like they're really content amazing.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Like I can see why people watch them all the way through. I was getting jealous. I was like, okay, girl, I gotta.
You're living the dream.
But now she's back in America, and I've been like watching. I've
Okay,
been
so
like
you're
I've been
back on-
watching.
back
I'm back
on.
to watching her content regularly.
Yeah.
I was like, well, now TikTok is popping up because I looked it up for me.
So
for like,
sorry.
yeah, no. So like, that's funny. What else am I on? I was on diarrhea Delta airplane TikTok,
Diarrhea lady talk.
which I need to get off of that. But I don't know what TikTok. So what side of TikTok are you on other than the eel?
Right now, yeah, I feel like I'm on and off eel pit talk. Like sometimes I won't see him for a few months, and then I'll find him again and be like, oh shit, now we've got like crabs in the eel pit. Like this is crazy. What talk am I on right now?
I like can't.
Yeah, I am on
remember.
like that's how like bad I feel like my just like doom scrolling is that I have no
Yeah.
idea what's going on anymore.
I'm sure if I went through my likes, it'd be like there'd be one consistent theme, maybe.
Right, maybe.
I was on DIY TikTok forever. Like
Oh,
I was like,
Did you see or like follow any of the DIY drama TikTok that happened?
with Tay DeBay.
Tay Bebop or
Tay
whatever.
Bebop.
And
Okay, I'm her mutual, and also she just came out. Like I don't know if she just came out, but she's talked about it multiple times. She has like she's bipolar,
oh.
and I like not trying to make excuses for her being like, you stole my
Yeah.
content. But like I feel like maybe that has something to do with
Yeah.
it. And she's also recently been talking about like how she's not been on her meds as much lately. And so
Ooh.
like, you know, things just like go on in your mind that you can't control
Totally.
when you have a mental like disability like that. Like,
Mhm.
and so I feel like it's not, I don't know. I have grace for her because she's my friend and I've DM'd her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like giving her the benefit of the doubt that she's not an evil person. But people were,
Right.
every comment was like, am I allowed to do, every comment was like really
Crazy.
And I also love the other girl too. She seems really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I saw, but I followed both of them forever,
Yeah.
and when it all started going down, I was like, also just like I feel like the DIY community is quite wholesome, and there's never drama, and so when people started coming for each other, I was like, what in the shit is happening right now? I was like,
The funny part to me was like people were living for the drama, like living for the drama.
Like, the craft community never has drama. That's
like,
what I'm saying.
And like I get like also people will get mad when like someone steals their idea, which is totally fair, but also you are an influencer. You're like influencing other people to be like you. Like that's part of the job, I feel.
And also even like one step further, the DIY community, it's like usually when you do a DIY, it's like so that
other people
can do it.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's the price you pay for being an influencer, and like I feel like some part of her was just like there's like jealousy gets in the way, and like you know your mind takes you places. I'm so past my jealous era on the internet, and I'm so much happier.
Once you clear that, it's like it's so much better. There's like a few people that I've muted in the past, like, or even that I feel like have been impacting like my overall piece of jealousy with like body stuff and even stuff like that. As soon as you remove that, it's like you just feel so much lighter.
Yeah, I started doing this thing where I would like, if I was jealous of someone, I would block them, which is a bad way to live. Like, I mean, it's not
but like if you just remove it from your space.
Yeah, and that made me feel better. And then I think I got past my like, you know what, like no one has what I have. Like no one can give the world what I give the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as long as I live in that truth, then like I'm like, okay, no one can take that away from me.
Oh, that's so healthy.
Yeah. It took me a second. It took me a while to get there because like the internet was still like fresh for me like a little bit. So I wasn't used to being jealous of like other people. But now I'm just like trying to be happy for people. I'm like genuinely trying to be like, well, good for them. Like
also like there's so many people making content and there's so many people watching content that I just feel like there's space for everyone.
Yeah.
Like when you think of how many niches there are and like how many different communities of like content creators there are, like there are literally audiences, like there is enough to go around.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just living my life, girl.
You're just living your life on your little podcast.
Yeah. Okay, but like back to eel TikTok. I want to talk about like pets.
Okay.
Because you have two beautiful dogs.
I do.
Moose just turned 6.
And
then you have Diggy who is 8, who's his dad. Which that story is so crazy.
It is great. Also, like I never thought, I think being an only child, Jeremy also being an only child, like we never envisioned ourselves with more than one dog, I guess.
Yeah.
And having 2 has been like the best thing that's ever happened to us.
They're so cute. They're like twins too.
They literally, I look like, I feel like when I would see someone on the street walking their dogs and they had 2 of the same breed, I'm like, wow, like that's weird, like obsessed.
Really?
A little bit. Like, or I'm like, oh, you love that dog so much that like you got 2 poodles? Like, wow, that's a lot of poodle. And then now I'm that crazy girl that has like 2 of the same dog.
I always think of like the Queen of England with like her corgis.
Her like herd of corgis, like goals.
Oh my God, those corgis are so cute.
They're so cute.
But okay, so Moose's birthday is April 28th. How did you celebrate?
What did we do this year?
Did you have a big party for him?
We didn't have a big party. We had like a little party. We get him a cake every time. There's like this dog bakery in LA and they make like the most beautiful looking cakes. And they're made with, I think a human could eat it. I don't know if it would taste good.
Yeah.
But a human could eat it. But we had like a little cake. We were
I'm
little
sure
party
it'd be
hats.
good.
We'll line that up in the buffet right after the crumble.
I'm imagining like you're gonna make the cookie, like the dog cake will be one of the crumble cookies. So try that one first.
Yeah, this looks really good. New flavor.
Yeah. Did you like always know you liked bull terriers, or?
I grew up next to a full-size bull terrier.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is like such a fun, like cute, funny dog. And
they have such cute faces.
They're just like so unique looking. Like people have certain, I feel like memories or like attachments to them in terms of like, oh, they'll be like, oh, that's a Target dog. Or that's the dog from the movie Fridays or Chico or something. Or they'll be like, that's the dog from Toy Story. And so everyone has like their own little association of what they've seen that one breed of dog from. And so they get a lot of attention on the street, which is cute.
But yours have have like such cute spotting.
They do.
They're like
I mean,
very,
I'm
like, their
biased. And I
color.
think they're the cutest ones.
They're
but
really, really cute.
they're so
and they're
cute.
mini, so they're
And they're
like
mini, so they're
so like so sweet. And I was like, the content you make around them is so cute. You're such a dog mom. through and through.
It's like I know it's my
No, but
it's
it's
my
good.
personality, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like,
I feel like there's like the thing of millennials don't have kids, they have dogs, and those dogs are their kids.
and
that's
I heard that the plants are now the pets. Like
Yeah.
dogs are the babies, and the plants are the pets.
That's actually true. Because I spend money on my plants.
I can keep shit alive. I don't have a single plant in my house.
No, they're all dying, but I
You-
spend money on them. I actually got plant food for them, and I was like, this is going to bring them back to life. They are not happy
They're
with me.
no, they're not having it.
I've just been traveling a lot this year, so I'm like,
yeah,
be
yeah,
safe,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Be
goodbye.
safe.
See you in a few
Bye-bye.
months.
See
Do
you
your
later.
best.
I got home, and one was like dead. I was like, I miss you, babe. I'm so sorry.
So sorry.
Have fun up there. I was like, I did my
Enjoy
best.
the afterlife.
And then Jen is not a good. She's a plant mom kind of now.
Okay.
But I asked her to water my plants when I was gone for like 3 weeks in the winter. Like I went home for a while, and I get back and they're all dead. I was like, Jen, she went like 3 days before I got home, and she's like, I watered your plants for you, and I'm like, you haven't been watering them this whole time. I was like, oh my god, my poor fiddly fig lost like half its leaves.
No.
But she's coming back. Like she's coming back.
I feel like those ones are like you can also,
they're finicky.
but you can revive.
You can revive, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a single like
You don't have a living plant?
plant
You don't have
in
any
my
pets.
house.
You just have children.
I just have children. I just have 2 children.
Oh my god. Oh, you also recently discovered Moose's mother too, right?
Okay, so what happened was essentially the family that I got Moose from reached out, and they are having to relocate. Like their living situation is changing.
Mhm.
They have to downsize by a lot. They have a ton of acres up in Sacramento, and they essentially had to rehome a handful of their dogs, which is really, really sad. And it's just like heartbreaking to know. Like I can't even imagine of being like, oh, you can only keep this many dogs and rehome this many dogs.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I think that it gives them some solace in knowing that like Diggy came to a good home and is also
yeah.
reunited with Moose. I don't think they remember each other at all. They literally share one brain cell between the 2 of them.
Oh,
But
that's so funny.
I know. So the photo that I had from forever ago, from 6 years ago in my phone, is what I thought was a picture of Moose's dad, which would have been Diggy.
Mhm.
And then I connected. I was like, oh, that's Diggy. Like, who's this dog?
Yeah.
And so like that's what started the whole spiral of being like, okay, who is
Oh.
this dog?
Oh, okay. And then you found her.
And then we did the DNA test. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. It's really cute too, because like on the website you send away the DNA samples and it'll show you all of their family members and like where they live, and you can message them.
Whoa.
So I'm just like chatting to like Sasha in Miami,
Oh, that's so sweet.
who's like a sister.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even like think that technology existed actually
Yeah,
for like dogs.
literally. I know. It's like ancestry
family
DNA for
tree.
like dogs.
Oh.
I know.
There's nothing like dogs like love and affection. They like love you no matter what, and they just want to be near you.
So nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. Would you get a dog?
See, like I would get a dog if I didn't live in like the 3rd floor of a walk up in New York. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think if I had like an elevator maybe, but then I don't know. I just want to give that dog like a backyard.
Yeah.
So maybe when I'm older or when I move to LA.
Did you grow up with a dog? Wait, are you gonna be in LA?
No, I keep on joking that I was like, guys, it's happening for me. I'm moving here. But no, I haven't decided if I'm like, my boyfriend's not an LA person. Like I know he's not.
Has he tried?
Yeah, we came here and he didn't have fun. But it was like January and it was raining so
And it was
much. Here.
ass. Yeah.
It was ass here. So I think he needs to come back and give it another chance.
And have like the right experience. The first time I came to LA, I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The vibes are so hard to like procure. Like I don't know.
Also,
Like,
you could go to 10 different neighborhoods and have 10 different vibes in one singular day. Like
Yeah.
LA has so many like different pockets of like culture.
yeah, I'm really liking LA. I'm staying near Santa Monica, like a drive to Santa Monica right
Mhm.
now. And I was like, oh my God, I landed, took a nap, and went to the beach. And it was a 10-minute drive. I was like, whoa, this
Yeah.
is crazy. I was like, this is nice. And then I was like, I'm like complaining about being stuck in traffic, but I'm like in traffic, like listening to my music.
And there's like palm trees.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
and it's
like
beautiful outside.
I
Like,
also feel like I don't know if you feel this way too on like public transit. Like I would so much rather sit in my car on the freeway and like control my own like music and temperature than sit in like a frozen subway underground.
yeah,
Like
that's like the worst.
I lived that for 4 years in Toronto, and every day when I'm sitting in traffic, I'm like, this could be worse. I could be stuck underground right now.
Yeah. Well, is Toronto, do they have a good subway?
Like, what does that mean, good? Like, does it run? Yes. But, like, did it sometimes, like, is there...
Did it break down?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, the subway in New York is, like, so jank sometimes.
It's just also, like, such a big system, too. Like, when I would
Yeah.
go from the Toronto system to the New York, I was
York.
like, holy like, what is going on right now? So it's, like, 10
Yeah.
times the size.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I like LA as in theory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. On paper,
Like,
it's
in
nice.
paper, like, I like LA. But,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You love LA.
I love LA.
That's good. You
I
give
love
LA,
LA.
girl. Like, your hair is so pretty and your skin's so nice. Like, you give LA. Like, I don't know. Okay. So you made a pair of custom Jordans, right?
Uh-huh.
How was, like, you have a special sewing machine specifically to, like, sew shoes.
I sold it.
You sold it?
I sold it.
Oh my God. I feel like it was expensive.
It was kind of expensive, and it was like one of those manic moments where it was like, oh my God, a new hobby. I'm gonna devote my life to this. And then a couple months later, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, shoemaking sounds really difficult.
It was really hard, and it's so much fun, but there's so many, like, you basically need like a specific oven as well too for part of the process. So like, even though I bought the sewing machine, I was like, oh wait, there's still so many parts of this process that I'm missing that I like, I would really have to be so devoted to the craft if you want to like have everything.
Yeah. And it seems like such a time consuming, like hard thing.
Yeah.
And like, also, like, do you want to be a shoe designer?
Right. Like, do I want to be a shoe designer? Like, I just kind of like wanted to like make a few of my own pairs, my own custom colors. And I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. And then I had a manic moment where I was like, this is my new.
Okay, because like that's so fun to have. I'm sorry. Like when you're like, no, I've actually decided I'm shifting my whole career and I'm gonna do
shoemaking. I know.
Now. I want to do pottery so bad. Have you done pottery?
No, I haven't, but I want to.
I like want to take a class. I took my boyfriend knows, he took me to a class, like a one-off class where you can like make, and the guy was like, you're really good at this. So I was like, I was on pottery TikTok for a year. So I'm like,
okay, but why is it so sexual?
They make it hot.
Why do they make it like, so? When like the guys are like, you're just like, oh my God,
slapping the like, and they're like shirtless and they're like,
I know, they're like,
and I'm like,
I can't.
Well, have you seen the sexy cooking videos?
Yes.
They put the lime in their mouth and then squirt it at the food. I'm like, that is so nasty. Do it again.
Or like they'll spit or something in it. Like it's just crazy.
It's really crazy. I'm like, why do they have to make this sexual?
I know. I'm like, sir, you're cooking pasta. Relax.
Yeah,
relax.
But it is kind of hot. I kind of like enjoy it. But no, I was on like hot pottery TikTok, and then I was like, oh, I could. But then I actually like pottery. I think I would have so much fun.
Would you ever do a shirtless pottery?
Once my 6-pack gets in from Amazon, I think.
Oh my God, perfect. 2-day shipping.
Yeah,
perfect. Prime.
No, I don't think I would. I actually think like the reason I want to do it so bad is like, I'm like happy to show you the end result and like tell you I'm doing it, but I just think I want to do something with my hands for 3 hours where I can't be on my phone.
Yeah,
like I just don't want to be on my phone for 3 hours. Like that sounds so lovely. Like I literally could not touch my phone with my
with your hands,
with my pottery hands, and I think that's like why I want to do something more like tactile
and like hands on.
Yeah, I also wanted to take a painting class, but they don't really, unless you're like in school for painting, it's like harder to find one than pottery.
Oh my God, someone was just telling me that you can enroll in like these different art classes in the community college that are like $50 each.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that.
I feel like I have a lot of friends that are like not working right now with the strike, and they're like going and like taking like fun classes and stuff.
Yeah. See, that would be I feel like that would be so fun. I miss learning. Do you like, I feel like you are constantly learning all the time.
I'm not kidding, Jeremy and I spent like 3 hours doing these Britannica quizzes the other night.
Really?
I also know nothing about American history, right? Because I'm Canadian, so I learned nothing. And so through all these quizzes, I'm like, oh my God, amazing. The first state that a woman could vote was Wyoming. Wild.
That's so funny. Was Wyoming? I wouldn't have guessed that actually.
Wouldn't have guessed that, right? I know.
Good for them.
Good for Wyoming. Good for Wyoming.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take the citizen test.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. That'll be so crazy. I feel like it's not. I mean, I guess it is like a whole big test. I don't know.
I kind of feel like it's like the driver's test though, where like they just pull from a bank of questions, of generic questions of like who was the first president,
and then you're just like, I know who that was.
I genuinely.
But also, like, I'm a citizen, and like, I don't have to know all that stuff.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, how is that like proving that you're devoted to
good citizen, gonna be a good possible citizen?
Like, you could be a murderer and do well on the exam.
Yeah, 100%.
That's so crazy.
I could like be here to like traffic drugs, and like I could still ace the test,
and
they'll be like, welcome, and I am.
New career.
New career. Career pivot.
Okay, we don't have to talk about this, but it's on the card. And it's like you said you're really open about like you getting Botox.
Yeah.
Where should I get mine? Like, what do you think?
You have nothing.
Okay, yeah, say it again.
Literally, you have nothing. Raise your eyebrows. You have nothing.
No, like, I have like one line.
Yeah, but like it doesn't like stay after you put your brows down.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just kidding. I'm like,
no, deadass. I don't care. I think
I'm...
it's like better when people talk about it.
No, I think it is too. I was thinking like I've been getting like bags under my eyes, but I don't want to get filler because I feel like that's not good. So I was like, I don't know. That's my one thing. I'm like, I don't know if you look so young. Like I feel like you don't.
It's also the half Asian genes. I feel like
Yes, like I feel like Jen looks so much younger than me. She looks like a 16-year-old girl,
right?
And she's just half Asian.
I still get ID'd all the time.
Yeah, because you look so young and gorgeous and beautiful and stunning.
That is so nice. But no, I actually think it's good that people are open about the work that they do. Ariana Grande just did one of those like Vogue Get Ready With Me's, and she like had a whole thing about
I saw that
like filler and Botox and stuff, and how she like felt so pressured to do it. And personally, like I think that you should just like do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But so my Botox started because I had psoriasis like in my eyebrow.
Oh.
And a dermatologist was like, this is like something that you could try if you wanted, instead of like doing anything like medicinal. And because it just like slows down the growth of like everything.
Okay.
I think.
And it helped a lot?
And yeah, it helped. And I was like, oh wait, now my makeup goes on so incredibly smooth. I was like, this is so nice. So like,
that's good.
Fixed that. And then I was like, oh, this is like kind of nice. And personally for me, like I only go like 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah. My friend started getting Botox and like her forehead's like glass. Like it's like so
like
perfect.
In like a crazy way or like a good way?
It looks so good. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my makeup goes on so nice.
Yeah. I think like okay, also I have this thing where women getting work done, you guys are already soft and like pretty, right? Like so you get like a
You're
little
soft and pretty?
But no, I have like harsh bones. Like I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I like guys.
Like you're like chiseled.
Yeah, like girls are like soft and like they're meant to be like soft and pretty. And like if you get a little plump or like a little like it looks natural or you're like enhancing your natural like. But when a guy does it, I feel like you see it so much more. And I'm like, I do not want to be a crazy gay man.
Yeah, I know.
My lips, like
some people just get like dysmorphia though, and they like can't see how crazy it looks. I feel like, but again, live your truth, get whatever work you want to get done.
Yeah,
live your life.
I think it's more like I have a fear of looking crazy than like I would actually
starting
look
to like not see what it looks like anymore. Yeah.
Also, like my parents and my mom and my dad were like not the type of people. Like I didn't grow up with like people who like cared about the aesthetic of like that, like they would go out of their way to like change something about themselves. So I think in my head I'm like, am I that person? I'm like, maybe I am, like but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you are that person, you can be that person, and also like if you don't want to be the person, you don't want to be that person.
I know. I can't wait till I get my nose job, my chin reduction.
No, my best friend has had 2 nose jobs, a chin job.
One of my best friends has had a nose job, and she looks so good.
Yeah,
and she's so happy now. I'm
like if it makes you feel better about yourself, I'm like, oh, full send.
I like really don't. I like making jokes that I'm gonna do it, just so I'm like one day when it happens, I'm like, I kept telling you guys.
Yeah. I warned you. Like I set the stage for this.
I was like, I told you a few times. Like, let's gonna do this.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I like that you're open about it. It makes it like way more approachable, and like also you're like it's nice. You're not a type of person to like hide anything.
Oh my god, no, I'm not like it, also if there was like a secret product, like I would buy it and tell everyone. Yeah, exactly. Like that made my skin glass, but I'm like, no, I just get like little needles put on my forehead.
That's good.
Jeremy passes out every time we go for Botox.
Really?
And it's insane.
That's really crazy to pass out.
It's like needles around his eyes. He freaks out, and he's not dramatic about it. So it's like a genuine, just like his body is just like nope, and then he's like,
that's really crazy.
I know. He'll be like, okay, good night, and
Does
then
he get Botox?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He white. He got wrinkles.
I know. I'm like, I feel lucky to be not white
of
sometimes.
color.
Yeah, like to be a person of color. I'm like,
of spice.
My skin like looks a lot better than some people my age. Like I'm very lucky.
No, you are blessed. Your skin is shining.
I moisturize, babe. Okay, you know what I've been doing recently?
Oh my god, what?
Have you heard like the Dr. Dennis Gross has those like LED masks?
Oh yeah, they look really scary, but it's like the white mask. It looks like the Jabberwocky's dancers mask kind of. Yeah.
And so like I've been doing that every night, and like honestly, I don't know. It's supposed to work after three months. You're supposed
Uh-huh.
to, but like I think it actually is one of those things that's like clinically proven to help you.
And it's making a difference.
And I feel like it's making a difference. Not that I had like fine lines. That's what it's really supposed to help with.
Yeah.
But it also like has an acne light setting. And so I
Ooh.
did like that for like the acne. Like I was getting little pimples and like all of a sudden my skin, like the little bumps started
Your skin
going
is
away.
flawless.
It's the makeup. I'm like,
It looks flawless.
thanks. I've been working really hard to get my skin back on track. It was bad earlier this year.
Yeah, I feel like
I feel like I had like my middle school breakout like of my 20s. You know what I mean?
oh my God, it's so rude when that happens too. Cause it's like I worked so hard and like your hormones go in cycles. And like when you start a
Yeah.
new cycle, like every 7 years or something, and your skin's like,
Oh, is that what happens?
yeah.
Like every 7 years, your
I think it's
hormone-
every 7 years. I might be making that up. Maybe it's a
I
little
thought
bit
that was
longer.
taste buds.
Oh, is it taste buds? Maybe
Taste-
maybe I'm making that up and stole that from taste buds. Can we get a fact
Because like
check on that?
taste buds, every 7 years you're supposed to get new taste. Like your taste buds aren't brand new, but they
But, like shift a
they
little
like
bit. You're like, oh, you like asparagus
they
now.
rejuvenate or like they like like your skin it has, like-
Reevaluate.
yeah, they
Yeah,
reevaluate.
yeah, yeah.
They're like they're judging. They're like, actually, we don't like miso soup anymore. Like, it's not for us. Over the course of a woman's life, her hormones go through 7 different phases, and each phase lasts about 7 years. That's really crazy.
Period.
That's really wild. Which year are you in?
I'm
Well,
in.
You're like
I'm in.
that's what that's really
Botox year.
Botox phase. Yeah.
Um.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about the future.
Okay.
Because do you know when you're like planning to get married? Like which?
Yeah, spring. We're gonna do spring of
Wow.
2024. So
Okay.
not that far.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh yay! And then like obviously this is down the line, but do you see yourself being like a mom and like having? Are you gonna be like a tiger mom like your mom?
No, definitely not. But yeah, no, we definitely both want kid.
Kid. Okay.
But like in the future, again, I think like timelines. I also think too with how much science has changed in terms of like I feel like you can get pregnant older now because like there's so much new
Yeah.
like technology around it. There's less pressure for a woman to have kids like before 30. Like I feel like that's always the thing is that like everyone's like, oh, your eggs are dying, your eggs are dying, your eggs are dying. But like you just have so much more flexibility now that I don't feel the pressure to have kids so soon now.
Yeah.
Because I personally do not feel ready whatsoever. And I feel like everyone asks that question so much, especially now. It's like you go through like the timeline of like, okay, you get engaged, you get married, and then you have kids.
Yeah.
But we definitely are gonna wait.
Well, I mean, like I feel to have a family is like really exciting, you know,
Yeah.
especially with someone you love so much, you
Yeah.
want to spend like rest of your life with. So like obviously, and also like my mom had me when she was 33, which I think was like really brave of her. Like, well, like I just think it was a different time.
Yeah,
So
no,
like,
my mom had me, I think, at like 31-ish.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like Jen's mom, I keep bringing her up, but she had her when she was like really near 40. Her mom lived a
Really?
whole life. Like she was in the Peace Corps and she
She
left.
looks great.
Yeah, she's lived a whole life. She almost died of malaria. Like Jen needs to come and like Jen needs to talk to you about her mom. Her mom has lived like a full insane life.
Right.
And I'm like, it's so cool that she like, and then she decided to settle down when she was like in her 30s.
That's so nice though. But like I want to feel like I've lived a whole life. And then
yeah.
it's like I want to feel 110% ready. And I know people always say like you'll never feel ready to have kids, like you'll never feel 100% ready.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't feel ready to be the type of selfless mother that I know that I want to be
yeah.
to be a good mom.
Yeah. And that's so good you're aware of that.
I need
Also-
a nap at 4 p.m.
Also,
okay.
like, our life expectancy is like so much
Yeah,
higher.
right, exactly.
Like we're gonna be so old.
I'm gonna have a
that's-
kid at 100. I'm gonna be the first one.
You freeze the egg now, have them at
Yeah,
100.
have it 100, exactly.
That would be off. I feel like one kid is like the perfect amount.
It feels great. It feels great. I'll have 2 dogs. I'll have 1 kid, and I'll have 1 Jeremy, and it'll be a nice life.
That sounds really perfect.
That sounds really nice.
Oh my God. That's gonna be so. I feel like being pregnant sounds like I can't believe that's a real thing that people go through.
Being pregnant, honestly, have you ever seen that girl who has that list of like over 100 reasons
Not to have a kid.
not to have a kid?
And then it's like, oh my God,
And
I
she
love
keeps adding, and she keeps adding to it, and people like are like the most recent one I saw is that a girl's baby pooped inside of her, and she like almost went into septic shock because like you have fecal matter like in your body.
a baby can poop while it's in you.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem like it should be legal.
yeah, right. Illegal.
That sounds
Filing
really
charges
crazy.
like that's awful.
I feel like you'll be a great mom. Like whenever you decide.
Yeah,
you'll,
but if
like,
my baby shits at me, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, have you heard of this podcast called I've Had It? Do you know?
No,
Okay, it's these 2 middle-aged white women
Yeah.
who live in Oklahoma,
I
and
love it already.
and it's just them complaining. And they would say, they were like, we would call each other and be like, my daughter is such a bitch. And she was 3 years old. And I was like, I just think it's so funny.
That
They're like
is
talking
so
about
funny.
like, they're like, no, she was awful to me. And I did not like her a few times. And I'm like, you're talking about your 3-year-old daughter. But they were just being real. They were just
Right,
like, you're
yeah.
not going to always think like your daughter's perfect or your
It's like the
child's perfect.
best. Right.
Motherhood sounds really hard.
It sounds so hard.
And also like the expectations are so much higher than being a father in
The
terms of
expectations for being a father, I feel like, and they're getting better, but I feel like originally they were on the ground.
the ground.
The
You just-
ground.
if he stuck around, that was all that.
Yeah,
you had
they're
to
like-
do. Yeah.
Oh, you picked up a toy?
Yeah. My mom was like she was saying how many diapers like that. My dad was really bad at doing diaper changes with the first baby, like my brother, and that she was like, I need your help. Like I can't do it. And
Like
so
you
she had
have to.
Yeah. And like he obviously started helping. But I thought that was like so crazy. I was like, he didn't think like, oh, I'm gonna have a kid. I have to like
Change a diaper.
Be on diaper duty all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
So
50%.
I don't know. Well, okay. Other than your family life, do you see yourself doing more hosting gigs in traditional media or like producing shows or like how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I feel like opportunities in the city are so crazy that something could totally come up that is a little bit scary and not necessarily like in my vein of like what I normally do, and I'd be excited to do like something new.
Yeah.
But I'm starting a new series where I feel like I get to be a host, where I'm essentially like spending a day with different creatives and artists. So like I did a day with like a glass blower, I did a day with like a rug tufter and a tattoo artist.
Okay.
And so it's like a fun balance of it like being my own content. It's just like on my own channel, but like getting to host something and like again like help move the story along and narrate someone else's story as well too, which is nice.
Yeah.
So that's like what's next for me, and I guess
That's
we'll just
really
see
cool.
how it goes. Yeah,
That's
it's just like so cool to like dive into like someone else's world whose like whole world
Yeah.
is glass blowing.
And also that's cool because you're like it's very visual. What like all the people you're
Yes.
interviewing are like artists, like very visual art.
Oh
Like,
my god, the personalities are so crazy too. Like some people, it's
Are they kooky?
so good,
all like a lot of artists are like so kooky crazy.
so kooky crazy. But sometimes it's great for camera.
No, I feel like most of the time it's like cool to
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Like I think I'm cookie crazy and then I see someone who's like, oh, you're really in your own world. Like,
You were living your life.
but
Yeah,
like I love that. I love
No,
to
I
see
love it.
that
It's the
someone
best.
thriving like that.
exactly.
Do you have an idea of what your future is like with LaurDIY? Like LaurDIY? Do you know like
I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm gonna have for lunch today. You know what I
Really?
mean? Like I'm just like in a way I'm such a planner and such like an over preparer. But in terms of like long term goals, this sounds awful, but like having really intense goals kind of stresses me out.
yeah. That I mean like that's also it's a hard way to live when you're like if you don't make your goal happen. It's like sad.
Yeah, yeah. And like I'm not saying like don't have goals. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But like I feel like right now with like the Amateur Artist is the name of the show that I'm like working on right now that like is just going on YouTube. It's like right now like that's my goal and I'm just like executing on that, and it's like a very attainable but like still pushing myself goal, so it still feels like healthy.
Yeah.
But I don't have, I guess, a place that I want to end up that I have on like a manifestation board or anything.
Mhm.
Do you?
I feel like so my thing is like I think that I see myself doing all these different things
Mm-hmm.
and I can never like decide like what my path is going to be because the world is like I feel like when you're on the internet like everything changes so quickly.
So
Like,
fast. That's why it's so hard.
it's like really hard to like plan for like where you'll be.
Yes.
But I think like I would love to do more hosting stuff personally, and then I also think that like I miss doing graphic design like as a
Mm.
full-time art director,
Yeah.
and I just want to like bring that back in. Like I don't really spend time like making my videos and my like stuff on the internet very pretty, and I think that if I did, it would make me happy, but then it would also make me really anxious and nervous about my content.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
I get stuck in that place of like what I'm doing is fine, but like I think I just need to push myself and like be more open to like expressing myself visually in a new way online.
Right. And finding what that is.
Because I can always go back to funny if I don't feel safe in like my art. But
Yeah.
and like I always have like a safety net, but I think like sometimes you niche yourself or you get like pigeonholed and like people don't expect or like want to see that side of you yet.
Oh my God. I feel like people lose their mind anytime you share old work.
Yeah. Well, like it just depends. Like sometimes I've taken things down because like when people don't get excited, I'm like, my feelings hurt. I have to like I was like
because you like spent hours on it, I'm sure, like working on it.
yeah, but like I want to like explore what a video version of like my like
Mm.
aesthetic would look like,
Mhm.
and like or spending more time like working with an editor who like would really be able to help me like animate or like make something different than what I do. That's
Yeah.
like that would be like my dream. But then that also leans into like trying. I need to open myself to like long form and like making pretty stuff, YouTube, and like doing pretty stuff and like spending time like making things that I really want to.
Yeah.
But then you never get that thing in your head. You're like, well, what do I actually want to make? Like
Literally every day of my life.
I'm like,
every
what
day.
do I actually want to like? I love making my funny videos, but like, what do I actually want to make? Like, if I was making like art, like I don't know.
Right. What does that look like?
Yeah, but you know,
can't wait to see.
We learn and grow every day. So we're actually gonna go into our game we have right now. So this production company that I'm working with right now, the studio, actually does wedding planning.
Oh my God.
And we have come up with a guest list that you can pick through, and it's since you're doing your wedding planning with Jeremy right now, we wanted to present you with an early look at some of the potential people that we could invite for you.
Perfect.
And we're calling it "You Can Take a Seat." And basically, we're just going to show you a bunch of people, and you can say whether you're going to cease and desist or invite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is the production company also paying for all of these people to come to the wedding?
Yes.
Because that changes a lot.
Yeah. So the first one we have is Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Are they getting a cease and desist or are they getting an invite? Is this a pass moment?
Unfortunately, we'll have to cease and desist.
That's cease.
And that's desist.
And next we have Charlie Bit My Finger, the video. Are they invited to the wedding?
How old are they now?
I don't know.
Are they drinking age?
They're probably 45 to 50.
Yeah, I was gonna say how old are they now?
No, they're probably
like
18,
20, 18?
Yeah, like
16 and 18 right now.
Ah! That was a great guess.
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. Sorry, babes.
Sorry, babes. Maybe next year.
Brad.
Who made this deck?
Devin. Yes, Devin.
Cease and desist only because
He's in full character too.
He's in full character.
Cease and desist.
Sorry.
He can't be there. I'm sorry.
I'm
I feel like I don't even know who he is as a person, like outside of Fred.
Right, outside of Fred. Yeah.
So like, I'm sorry, babe. I agree. I'm gonna agree.
Okay.
Okay. Jenna Marbles.
Oh my God! Invite. Take a seat.
Invite.
Take a seat.
Love Jenna. She was like
icon, actual pioneer. Oh my God. I miss her content so much. I feel like I that's one of the talks I am on. I feel like it's like old Jenna Marbles and Julian talk.
Yeah.
And like clips of their old videos, their dogs.
She used to make the best content.
Literally.
And like,
the best.
oh my God, she was really in that like wooden wagon on the Oregon Trail, making it for YouTube.
Truly.
You know what I mean? Like
literally.
I feel like she was like one of the original vloggers. I remember when she was in Boston and she got like her car booted because she couldn't afford to like do stuff. Like I was going deep in her videos.
Oh
like,
my God.
Invited.
That's what yeah.
She's
Invited.
She would be a maid of honor. Okay. Mr. Beast. He would add some production value for sure.
But like, I don't want you to like, I don't want you to be like last person to leave LaurDIY's wedding wins $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, but Jimmy has always been very, very nice to me.
No. Also, it's a small wedding. We're going small, so you can keep it niche.
Okay.
You can keep it.
Just.
You can keep.
Someone's got chest tattoos on the next one. I don't know who it is.
The one and only Jeffree Star.
Are we trying to get me canceled?
No. We don't have to do
cease and desist. So sorry.
I also used to watch Jeffree Star all the time. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know, I used to watch Jeffree Star as well too.
Yeah. I feel like now for me, if I can say this, you don't have to agree. But like they're so anti-non-binary and like they've been really public about they're like not like letting people like they're like what the is non-binary? They were like went on this podcast and were very like anti-non-binary.
Wait, that's Jeffree's position on
right now. At least maybe they've changed it, but they were very vocal about being non-binary when they would literally be like, I'm an alien, I don't fit into a category.
Right. So it's like, oh, you're non-binary. What do you mean?
Like, yeah, like in my head, I'm like, you just want to be problematic and like literally put people down who you kind of paved the way for.
Literally.
Just to put them down. So I'd cease and desist.
Cease and desist, babe.
That's my thing. Okay, this video, I forgot the name of this video, but I know it well. It's a woman standing on a table singing, and then Do you know what's it? Scarlet Takes a Tumble. Scarlet Takes a Tumble. Do you remember this?
God, this is like pulling up the archives of my brain.
She could perform at the wedding.
Cease and desist.
Cease and
baby.
desist.
Cease and desist. We keeping it small and intimate.
It's a small wedding.
So far,
Okay.
just Jenna.
Oh wait, actually, I want to do this one. Shoes.
Is this a shoes guy?
Shoes?
Yeah, shoes.
Oh my God,
Shoes.
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 She could perform at your wedding.
Cease and desist. The guest list is tight, baby.
Oh, we got another cease and desist. These people are going to prison.
Also, these are like all the OGs.
Yeah, we're going like back. Okay. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
The Try Guys minus.
Well, they're actually all invited.
They're actually all invited.
They're actually all invited.
actually
and all,
to all like to the wedding.
yeah.
Oh,
They
cool.
literally. Zach is one of my closest friends. Zach and his wife.
Oh.
And yeah, Keith and Eugene are also good friends. So they literally all already have their save the dates.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Woohoo. Wait. We got an invite. Like a real life invite.
Like a
is
real
crazy.
one.
Okay, I don't know some of these people if I'm being honest.
Is that Psy? Gangnam Style?
Oh. Cease and desist. I'm saying it for you.
Cease and desist, baby. You not family?
Okay.
Oh, Sean Evans
Sean Evans.
of Hot
host of
Ones.
Hot Ones.
Honestly, you know what I have said is that my goal in life is to never be successful enough that I get invited on that show.
You should go on it right now. You're successful enough already.
No, my goal is to be I never want to be invited on the show.
No, you have to.
Ever.
Let's get her invited, guys.
The way that like a mild pad thai makes me sweat, like I would.
Well, Thai food is also so spicy that if you go medium spicy on Thai food, like you're gonna die.
You're RIP.
Oh, I would be in tears after the first wing.
Me too.
I think, but it'd be an experience. You'd be sweating.
Cease and desist because I don't want to end up being friends with him and then he invite me on the show because I just feel like an invite might end up leading to an invite on his show and that gives me hives. That gives me
totally
stress
fair.
hives.
That's totally fair. Okay, final one. Brittany Broski.
Oh my God, yeah, she can come.
She's invited.
She's invited. I've actually never really met her in person.
She's an angel. She's exactly who you would want her to be.
That makes me
in real life.
so happy.
Like, she's literally like I love her so much. She was like the girl on the internet who made me want to post on the internet.
Really?
Because like I would follow her so hard on TikTok, which is so crazy because like we're like friends in a way.
Yeah.
I'm so scared to text her because I'm like, she's real. Like
she's real,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, I just can't even believe
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But
No, we've got so many mutuals and I can't believe I haven't like crossed paths with her properly. We kind of did one time at the Streamies and I was like, I love you.
She just has the best energy.
She's just so like when I see people like that and I'm like, this is why the internet is so great because people who are this funny, it needs to be shared.
It needs to be.
You can't keep that brain to yourself because you're so funny.
I need to live in her brain
for
one day.
I
need to know what
even
goes.
an hour.
It's like
I bet it's feral. Feral.
It's like a hammer. It's like a hammer on a string and like a ball bouncing and like like a choo-choo train. Yeah, like Harry Styles poster. Like I'm like, it's just like dingbat. I don't know. Like it's like she just has like her mind is like so fascinating to me.
Fascinating, but that's why I'm like I like. One, yes, you can come to the wedding because you're hysterical.
Like absolutely.
And
yes. She could be the ordained minister. She could like.
I would. What an honor.
Yeah.
What an absolute honor.
I love her. But no, thank you for playing that game.
That was great.
I think it was a fun game, right?
That was great.
It's a new game we're trying out, and I think it was perfect for your wedding day.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. You're literally an
Thank
angel, an internet hero.
Stop. I'm gonna make a shirt. By the time you come to my house, I'll have a shirt that says internet hero.
Girl, you can have that sewing machine, embroidery machine
out. Let's go.
You're gonna be baking your own crumble cookies.
Gonna order those for our buffet, but I can't wait.
Thanks for being here. Literally so gorgeous, so beautiful.
Stop.
Gonna like rule the world one day. Already kind of do. Can you please let the people know where they can find you? Even they probably already know exactly where to.
So everything LaurDIY, and then my podcast is Wild Till 9, and Eric will be on. I think my episode will maybe go up before
I think it'll
yours.
go up before because this is coming out in like 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Yeah. So then our episode on Wild Till 9 will be up first, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know if
that'll be up already.
Yeah. So you can catch me on Wild Till 9. So excited.
Crumble Buffet.
Yes. And you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Rico Taquito. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it doesn't exist anymore. So look for me on X. You know where to find me. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another beautiful episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you want to watch full video episodes, please go to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel. And I'll see you next Tuesday. I love you guys. Bye. bye.